They will in a minute. I bet. Hello, everybody. I'm Tiffany. Hi. Welcome to my quilting life. It is Sunday, so Sunday where I'm going to sew a bag because I feel like making a bag because I haven't used my Dragon. That's what I named that machine over there, the Juki DU1181N. I haven't used the Dragon in like 6 months. I even forgot how to wind a bobbin and had to go on YouTube and how to wind bobbin on Juki DU1181N. Well, let me tell you, it's been that long. So, anyways, um, let's see who's all here today, and then we'll get to making a bag, and I'll show you what I'm making a bag out of in like 2 seconds. Once I figure this out right here that I'm doing. There it is. All right, we got Cheryl, B, Dawn, Button, Beth, Tracy, Karen, Norma, Polly, Sherry, Jim, Chris, Nancy, Rhonda, Joyce, Susan, Catherine, Irish Sail Lady, Julie, Karen, Sharon, Jody, and so many more. Welcome, everybody. Today, I'm going to make a vinyl bag because I feel like playing with vinyl. So far, the only things that I've grabbed, because I have no idea what I'm making, I just want to make something, is pink vinyl, which I showed you I bought at Walmart because I didn't know Walmart. I knew they had vinyl, but I didn't know they had regular marine vinyl. So I bought a yard of this a couple months back. And then I bought 2 yards of a black vinyl. So I'm going to use black vinyl and pink vinyl for my bag because I want it pink and black. And then I have some waterproof stuff here.
Stuff. It's just stuff.
Yeah, it's just waterproof, soil and stain repellent canvas. That's the word I was looking for, but I said stuff, you know. And then I also have, I'm going to use black rainbow zipper because it's rainbow. And then I'll grab my other things when I decide how I'm going to make the bag, like the style or whatever. Because I haven't even decided all that. You guys know that I just kind of come in here and say, oh, I feel like doing this, and that's what I do. So, and that's usually decided a couple hours before the video. I say I'm going to make something, and then I type it in the thing, and you know, then I just come in here and go, okay, this is what I'll use, and that's how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and create something. So I kind of want, this is my brain working here, striped. So I want pink and black stripes. So I think I'm going to cut like a 2-inch strip off of these and do like 2-inch strips for the front and back of the bag. And then maybe if I like row piece them and then subcut them, I can match it up with the sides of the bag, like to do like a gusset style. And then I also kind of want a flap closure, so it would need a magnetic snap. But I don't want it to be too big. I don't want a big bulky bag. I just want to create something. So I'm going to start off by cutting the length of the vinyl, which is pretty long, you know. And I'm going to cut 1 strip off of each. That's 2 inches. And then we're going to go over to the Dragon and start piecing things. And then the style of the bag will come together once I have my strips cut and sewn. And then I'll subcut and we'll create a bag. I think this will be fun. No, I have a walking foot on my DU1181N. It's a walking foot machine. So, all right, let's fold this back in half. How was it folded? It was folded this way. I'm going to cut this length right here, and I'm just going to cut off a 2-inch strip. I should be able to just subcut everything. I'm going to hold it like literally right here because it's too tall that way, so we have to go this way. Okay. I'm going to line up the edges. There's no selvage. I'm just going to line it up, put the fold on a line, and call this square. Nope, I'm going to use my body. See, I'm using my body to hold it on the table. And then I need a rotary cutter. And we're going to cut a nice straight line because this is not cut straight from the store. Let's see, that's the line right there. That's the line right there. I'm going to slide this ruler very carefully. I have no idea what I'm using for vinyl on the needle. It's what I got with my machine. And I haven't changed or bought needles for it because I haven't used it enough. All right, now I'm going to cut 2-inch strip. So I'm going to very carefully cut backwards like this because I kind of have no other choice here. And this is where I make mistakes. Stay, move it, cut it. This is also why it's nice to have a big table. See, I miscut, so that's funky now, but whatever. And then we're going to cut some off this black, which is a lot heavier because there's a lot more of it. Yeah, I should be able to get enough for 1, 2. Maybe I should cut 2 2-inch strips just to be on the safe side so I can make a strip unit. I'm going to throw it on the floor for now. I'm going to cut a second one off of here. Let's try to fix that end that I've screwed up. This is not the ideal way to cut things, by the way, my friends. But I kind of have no other choice because this is heavy. I could lay it on the other side of this table, but it'll still hang off the table. Let's do this again. Nice straight cut right there, right there. Oops. And the ruler does not stay on vinyl. It slides. That's the other problem with vinyl. Like that. Pick it up, move this. Line it up. That's not very straight at all. I really suck at this. Oops, wrong trash. I don't know why I just did that. It goes on the floor. All right, now let's cut a 2-inch off of here. I'll try not to. I could probably fold the end up, but I don't want to. Just gonna hold it right where it is. We'll do the same with the black as soon as I get to it. There we go. That side cut nice. Okay, move that out of the way. We're going to do 2 strips that are 2 inches from each black and whatever. And you'll get what I'm doing as soon as I'm going to cut this way now because this unrolled that way on the table. It's very wrinkled from being folded up. Cut a nice straight edge off here and then cut my strips. And I'm cutting sideways on the table because no other choice. Okay. Turn this to 2 inches and cut this way. And the rest of it's on the table and I don't have to hold it up. There. Come down. Line up 2 inches. There. And do it again one more time. And that should be plenty for the front, back, and sides of my bag. That I have no idea what I'm doing. You'll figure it out as I figure it out. There we go. Vinyl is cut.
Why is the vinyl of the bolt?
No, it's, let me tell you right now. It is, well, it's 27 and 27, 54 inches is how big this vinyl is from the bolt. All right, I got my parts and pieces, which are just these, and we're gonna go over to the other machine. And I'll slowly move the camera for you guys so that you can watch me sew right there. I'm not quilting it, but I will top stitch. All right. Now, to sit comfortably at this machine, I think I'm going to start it with black, then do pink, and black, then pink. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter because pink or black either way. And I'm also going to sew it with a 3/8 inch seam, which is where my guide is. I got a fan sent me this, the seam, the needle plate with the markings on it, but we can't get the screws off, so I can't change it out, unfortunately.
Not yet.
Not
We'll
yet, at
figure it
least.
out.
As soon as we figure out how to get those screws off, we'll do that. All right, what did my stitch? We're gonna take this. Come on. I forgot how this turns. Right there. Stitch length is. Right. I want to go to right there. 2.5. All right, they're lined up, and I'm gonna just sew all the way down. As if I was strip piecing, which is technically what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to open it up and top stitch. Oops, I broke my thread. Sorry, I broke thread, so now I gotta rethread the machine very carefully, like, because I can't see the hole very well, but we're gonna do it right there. We go, yay! I made sure to test the tension before doing this. I think I'm just gonna move that out of the way. And I'm gonna open this to one side and top stitch that seam, pushing it to the one side like this, and I'm going to sew pretty much like 1/8 of an inch from that edge. So I'm just going to put it out right there. So I'm just going to open it up and stitch, trying to keep the line like center with the foot so it's close to the edge. And no, I do not have any interfacing on it. I'll put it on after I stitch my parts and pieces and know how big I want them to be. I am stitching with black thread on the black side.
What's your stitch length?
2.5, something like that. It probably should be a 3 for top stitching or a 4, but that's okay. I'm gonna make it work. Because I don't use this machine very often, so it's like using it brand new again. That's an okay top stitch. It probably should be wider though. I'll widen it for the next one. Now I'm going to attach another black to this. Same thing, and then top stitch it, and then attach the other pink. Oh, let's go back to that 3/8 inches, about right there. I put the thread, the seam guide on top of the thread like a dummy. Right there. There's how it was. Okay. It's stuck on itself. Hello. Can you tell I'm, don't use this much. There we go. Now it should work good. Probably should start using this machine more often. Probably should do that. Okay, now I'm going to top stitch on the black side again. I'm going to change that stitch length though, right there. Maybe that will look better. Now I'm the opposite direction. I'm stitching the opposite way, so now I got to watch this side of the foot is lined up with the seam. It's probably going to be like the super sloppiest bag ever.
Oh, stop. Really good.
I have the seam pushed towards the black, and that's what I'm top stitching on. Because I don't have any pink thread for the pink side, although black thread would look fine on the pink too. But I'm just making something up because I feel the need to do it. Totally not used to this foot pedal on this machine. It takes a lot of effort from my very weak legs. And I have a Teflon foot for my Juki. I could probably just sew this on the TL2010Q if I wanted, but I figured this machine hasn't been used in a while, so might as well use it. And my next piece. And then we're going to cut it and sew the two pieces together to create the size I need. I'm just going to guess my seam now instead of using the guide. We're going to attempt to keep it right there. I cannot sew straight.
Is the seam guide on?
Yeah, I'm not sewing very All right, top stitch now towards the black. I have no idea if heat and humidity affect bag making. Vinyl gets kind of soggy in heat. I know that. You did what? Oh, Scott put a link in for the Etsy for those that are asking. All right, I got a strip unit. Now I want my strip unit to be double this, so I need to cut off what I want to use. So now I got to go back to the cutting table, which I'm going to just skip turning the camera. No, it's fine. I'm just going to cut it I want my bag to be like, I'm going to straighten one side. I think I want my bag to be probably 10, 11 inches wide, something like that. We'll make it 11 inches. All right, take that off. I'm just going to cut two 11-inch pieces off of here. Actually, I'm just going to cut it directly in half. That's what I'll do. And then sew those together because I still need my gusset and stuff too. Sorry guys, I'm thinking out loud over here. I'll just line these two up, these two ends up, and then cut it. And then stack them where it's still going pink, black, pink, black. Because I still need to have the gusset, which is going to be the same direction. So now I'm going to put this piece here and that piece there. And then that should be a good height for my bag. Try this magnetic thing again. Right there. Yeah. Yep, it's going to be a striped bag. All right, now to top stitch that over to the black. My chair doesn't roll on carpet, by the way, so I'm very trying to move the chair. It seems like I'm moving around a lot, but all right, so I'm pushing that seam over towards the black. So don't forget, you guys can play around with vinyl, make up your own thing. It's actually kind of fun just to make stuff up. All right, now I'm going to cut. We'll see how long this is and then cut the size. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera now. There we go, so you can see me cutting. See how much room I have here. I have about 26 inches. I want my bag to be like 2 inches in the thickness, so I need to cut like 2. Just gonna make a pile up there on the floor. I'm gonna turn this. Yeah, because I need to hook 2 more pieces together now in length to create the gusset part. Or I could just do the gusset in black or pink only, huh? That wouldn't look too bad. Do it's right here, plus that. No, that wouldn't be enough. Let's do 10 inches. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 10 inch, and then my stripes will go this way, like that. Come over here again, line it up, straighten that out. Over to 10.
What's the best Juki sewing machine for a beginner quilter?
Best Juki for a beginner quilter, the TL2010Q, I would recommend. All right, and then this could be my flap. Yeah, and then they'll go 2 different directions. So there's my front pieces, and then we'll make my flap out of this. That's straight. Oh yeah, okay, I can make a flap out of that. And it'll go 2 different directions. Ooh, that would be so cool. Or it can go this way. Yeah, it'll go that way. Okay, perfect. So now I need, if they're going to go together like this, gusset needs to be, we're going to create a curve at the bottom. You guys like how I just randomly do things here? We're going to straighten these up on each other, and we're going to cut a curve out the bottom of my bag, and then I'm going to cut a 2-inch strip of, I think I'm just going to use black. So I need to fold this in half and create a curve at the bottom. I'm just going to cut it. There we go.
Hey, just cutting that curve, right?
Yep, just cutting me a curve. There we go. All right, there's the bottom of my bag. Then I'm going to curve this too for my flap that's going to close the bag. It needs to be needs to go this way. I'm literally making this up as I go. Oh, that'll be perfect. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. Now we need to cut some black again. This is going to be a cool bag, guys. We're going to cut a piece of black off of here. This is pretty big. I think I'm going to do 3-inch because I'm taking a pretty big seam allowance. You know? Oh, 2.5 is big. 2.5 will be fine for that size bag. Yeah. Let's do 2.5. No, let's do 3. See, when I make things up, this is how it works. 2.5 is better. I don't want it to be too thick. We're just making stuff up here. We're going to do 2.5. 2.5 for the final number. Okay. Just need one of these. That way it can go here, under, or round, and to there. Yeah. So I'm going to sew it to one side, and then I'll cut off the top because, I'm so weird that I'm just going to do it that way. And the front of my bag could actually come down a little too. So like if this is going to be the flap that comes over onto it, the actual front of the bag can have a slight curve to it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold it into a slight curve. Just slightly. I'm folding it exactly in half. There we go. So, a little bit messed up right there. Yeah, that'll be awesome. And that's the back, and that's the flap. That'll come over. Perfect. And now I still have to cut the lining to these sizes. So let's pull out some lining and cut them exactly to those. All these pieces. So I need a piece that's 2.5 for that. Hold on, I gotta fold this on top of it, so to make it easier to cut. Because it's not the same as regular quilting cotton. Don't ask me where I got this stuff. It says it's designed by Stanley King Studios. Copyright MCMX USA. Designs, bat dies protected by Teflon. And it's stain repeller screen printed. All right, here we go. This needs to be straightened out, and then I'm going to cut 10 inches, and I'm going to match it to my vinyl. That can actually go in that trash. Line it up right here. Just need one 10-inch strip for my 2 pieces. And then I need my flap, and then I need that, which I cut all from the, no, because I don't want to seam. We'll cut it anyway from there. Everything's going to get cut from this 10-inch strip. So, we're going to do this. There's one piece. I'll come right here. This is for my lining. I cut the 10 inches, not that way. I cut it this way. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Watch me not cut my vinyl. I'm just using the vinyl as a guide. Look at that. Pretty good, right? There. And I'm going to cut this little front part out. My vinyl is just my guide. And I'm also going to do some interfacing on here. All right, there's that piece. Now let's cut this piece right here. Line that up, line that up. I literally love to make things up like this and just have fun with it. Okay, and then there's that piece on there. Then we need the flap. Does not go that way, it has to go this way. And then from the rest of it, I'll cut the gusset. Very cautiously, I'm able to do these things. All right. I'm just going to assume how much I need real quick. It's about right there. How's that length? Here, there. Oh, perfect. Yay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and cut a 2.5 inch off the last of this. Right here. Turn around. Fold it on top of itself. Make a straight cut and then cut it because it's kind of a little on the wonky side. There. Back around, cut 2.5 inches. There. And there's for my gussets. And now for some interfacing. Just gonna throw that right there. Throw that right there. All right, now I need to interface these pieces. I'm not going to put interfacing on the lining. And the only reason why I do need it, because when I put my flap on my bag and fold it over, I want the snap to stay to it and it not be so flimsy. So we're going to interface these. And then I think I might use foam because I have lots of foam leftovers. Let me find some Pelon 911 we'll use. Can you plug the iron in for me?
Oh, yeah. I thought we were asking earlier.
No, I said yes for when I go to do interfacing, I will. Okay, that's the curved one, that's that one. I'm just going to cut out for all these pieces. I'm going to use my vinyl as my guide again. Let's see, can I put them both this way? Ooh, look at that. That's like perfect. Just like this, and then line this one up right here.
Ready to go.
See how I do that? Okay. Very carefully, without cutting my vinyl, which I got a tiny smidgen of. And it's okay if my interfacing sticks out a little bit. That'll be fine. Oops. Just need to cut the last little curve down here. I'm just using Pellon 911, but you could probably use other things for vinyl, like Decoville Light or something. I don't feel like pulling that stuff out. All right, so I'm going to use this on there, that on there, that on there. I think inside my bag needs a pocket, so we can do a slip pocket on the front and a zipper pocket on the back. I have enough for right there to be a zipper pocket. We'll cut a straight line right there. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So there's going to be a zipper pocket and then a slip pocket. That would be fine. Right here. And these all piece together on the Juki, the little Juki. All right. So, I don't know what size these are at the moment. They are 7.5 by 9 inches is going to be my slip pocket. I'm going to sew on 3 sides, plop that out. I didn't even turn this machine on or threaded it. And then my zipper pocket is going to be 12 inches by 7.5 inches, and it's going to get folded in on itself. Let me thread my machine because I was I was making other bags. That's what I was doing the other day. Okay. All right. Yeah, the bag video, yes. Right in there. All right. I'm going to create a slip pocket by folding this and sewing down one side. Oh, that's a bit stitchy. Then I'm going to rotate it and sew 1/4 of the way, back stitch, break thread, come down a little bit, rest of the way on this side, flip it, and down that side. And then I'm going to cut my corners real quick so that it lays nice and flat. I go up to the stitching, but not the stitching.
Will the flap of the bag get interfacing too?
Will the front of the bag what?
The flap of the bag get interfacing?
Yes. I haven't got that far yet. All right. So this, because I thought of the pockets before I was done cutting interfacing. So I'm going to press this out. Make it nice and flat, and this will go on that front side. Let's cut this interfacing so that way when I go to the iron, I can do everything I need at the iron. But I'm also going to put this pocket in because I'm going to need that at the iron as well. I'm going to cut out this piece right here. And if you're afraid to use your rotary cutter for cutting stuff like this, mark it with a water soluble or some kind of heat erase or whatever marking tool, and then cut your pieces out with scissors. I'm just not scared to use my rotary cutter, so for things like this. All right. Get that out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to interface these pieces. I have it vinyl down. I will not iron from the top. Do not ever put your iron on top of vinyl. Make sure everything's nice and flat. I'm just going to put the interfacing on here. If you have a heat press, that actually works great too. And you could probably put your interfacing on before you sew them together as well. I'm just doing after because there's no big deal. I'm on the back side of the vinyl and I'm picking my iron up and setting it down and holding it for the recommended amount of time. And I'm going to use foam as well, but the flap won't get foam. This part, that won't get no foam. All right, the interfacing is on that. And if you wanted to go on the top of it, you can use a pressing rag, which is, there it is. Hold on, I got to grab it. It's behind Scott. You would take a pressing cloth like this, you know, if you want to iron out wrinkles, and then you'd put it on top and then put your iron on top of it to not melt your vinyl to your iron. For those that don't have heat press tools. So that it just makes the vinyl nice and flat, no wrinkles or anything. Okay, there's that piece. Probably should take the iron to the top of it. Just realized that right now. All right, there's that one. Let me do this one, and then we'll grab some foam also. And then I also have to put some on my gusset as well. All right, that piece is done. That piece is done. So there's interfacing on these. Then there's interfacing on this. This will get sewn to this. And then this is going to get sewn onto here. So I got to press this. Somebody's sure hammering something out there. Oh. I didn't know they were doing their roof right now. Oh. Okay. Here is my slip pocket. It's going to go right here. Just going to kind of center it on here. I'm eyeballing everything because I'm good at that. I make enough bags, you know. I make a ton of bags. And I'm going to sew across the top of it first because I want it to look nice. I'm going to do a second stitch because I always like the look of that. All right, now I'm going to top stitch it on here on all 3 sides. That looks about center. And I'm going to stitch about 1/8 of an inch away from my edge on the actual slip pocket, but I'm going to back stitch where you put things in and out so that it doesn't come undone. stitch down, back stitch at the bottom, rotate, go across the bottom, sealing the bottom of that piece that I closed. And then to the top and back stitch again. So now I have a slip pocket. Oh man, I should have put that side on the outside. I just realized that this pretty like cloudy look could have been on the outside, but it's inside the pocket. Oh well, that's fine. And now we're gonna do a zipper pocket. I gotta finish ironing on this though. Hold on. I need to cut some 2.5-inch strips of this and hook it to my gusset pieces. Sorry for the crinkling sound. I know there's so many weird names to bag making. I'm just gonna make a straight line here real quick. Cut some 2.5-inch strips off of here. I don't know how much I'm gonna need. I need two strips. Should be plenty. Right there. 2 strips for that. And then what else did I need to interface? Anything else? The gusset, the outside, the front and back, the slip thing. That's there, that's there. These 2 pieces need to go on here. I'll show you right here how I do this. That way you guys could see instead of turning the camera again. So I put the vinyl face down. I'm going to put my interfacing on it. Grab the iron. And without anything falling, I have it glue side down. I just pick up the iron, set it down. Pick up the iron, set it down. Probably should have put the heavy side on the table. Pick it up, place it down. And again, like I said, if you don't trust it, flip it like this, and you can go on top of your vinyl with a pressing cloth, like this, making sure that everything's nice and flat. So I always go from the back, and if I have to do the front side, then I'll do that too. I don't know how big my gusset's going to be yet, so I'm just going to place this on here, heat it down. You're not supposed to iron vinyl, but if you iron from the back side, there's nothing wrong with it. And if you iron it from the front using a pressing cloth, which is what you would have if you had a heat press, because it has like cloth on it. When you stick it in a heat press, it gets on it, but don't put the iron on the vinyl directly. I've not had no problems doing it this way. Just like this. I just don't touch my iron to the vinyl because it will melt it. A little bit more right there. And that should be plenty for the gusset.
What size zippers do you use?
Size 5 zippers. I have some that are size 3 though. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just cut this off here because I know I don't need that much. Okay, that's the unsized gusset so far. Now we're going to make a zipper. If you want a more detailed bag videos, I have more detailed bag videos. What do you need this?
I just wanted to see color.
Yeah, I was going to pull some out and show.
Rainbow color.
Yeah, it's rainbow. He's showing it. Thank you. How wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 inches. So we're going to cut off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 inches of zipper. And then I'm going to find my zipper jig. Take out a head, zipper head. I also need to find my magnetic snaps. Shoved all this back in the bag. or else it makes a big mess if I don't, and it gets untied. Thumper will end up in here, and he'll be like, "Oh, zipper, I could play." All right, put my zipper jig on here, on my zipper head. I'm gonna separate my zipper. None. I'm gonna slide it in equally. No, not this kind. All right, my zipper's in there. I'm going to go ahead now and put this right sides together. I'm going to center it in here. Center it there and there. I'm going to center it about, because the top of the bag is going to be down a little. I'm going to go right about here. Just like this, right sides together. And I'm going to go ahead and make a marking how big I want my zipper space to be. So I'm going to come down 1 inch, turn this carefully, and make a mark. There. The zipper jig, yes, fat quarter shop, yes. And then make a mark 1/2 inch away from that. And now I'm going to very carefully, without moving anything, I'm going to sew this to this and create a round thing, whatever, a rectangle. That's the word I'm looking for. Right there. Yes. The zipper jig holds size 3 and size 5 zipper heads. There, come up, stop there, rotate, come back. We buy our zippers from wherever you find them on sale for me. 90% of the time it's Amazon, eBay, or one time got them at Walmart. Can I have the little green ones up there, please? Yeah, Fat Quarter Shop sells a zipper jig. That's why he put that link. All right, I'm going to cut out my 2 little notches up to the stitching, but not the stitching. Right there. And then, while the iron is literally right here, I always press this back a little bit before I push it through to give it a little bit of a stay, if that makes any sense. And then grab my iron. Oops. Fold that seam back. I'm going to center it where that seam is literally in the exact center. I probably should have went further down on my zipper hole, but I didn't. And I'm going to line this one up. Nice and flush right there. And go across the whole thing. And I rarely ever now use zipper tape for this, or actual double-sided tape. I literally now just lay my zipper in here like this. I hold everything back like that, and then I take it over to the machine and I sew it. So I'm gonna center it in there. I start my stitching 1/8 of an inch away from that edge. My top stitch, a little bit more. Move my zipper head out of the way. One more stitch. There, rotate, move all this junk out of my way. Close my zipper head. And then this way. And then meet up with the stitching that I started. Snip clip away my little tails, and then I always double stitch my zippers. I do a second stitch all the way around because when you're reaching into a bag and your zipper's like this, you have a little lip. I don't like that lip, so I actually take a second stitch all the way around the whole thing, about 1/8 of an inch away from the original stitch. I still have to move the zipper head out of the way. One more stitch. One more stitch right there. There we go. Right there. And right to where I started. Cut it off. Get rid of all that little excess. And look at here, it's double stitched. So now that zipper tape is like literally not a big lip and it's not going to come undone. And on the front, it looks nice and clean with, well, you probably can't tell the stitching, but it looks nice and clean with 2 stitches all the way around it. And then for my pocket, I'm going to bring the bottom end up to the top. I'm going to stitch across this top and down 2 sides, and then I'll clip off the excess zipper. And you can see if I move this out of the way, I have plenty of room to sew my top together part. I've made lots and lots and lots of bags if you guys have been following me. So this stuff all comes natural to me now. So I sewed down one side and then I'm going to flip the whole thing over. Just move the lining out of the way and stitch the other side. And then I cut the excess zipper tape away because it doesn't need to stick out in there. It's not much to cut away. And I overcut my zipper by just, ever so slightly. That way I'm not wasting zipper. And then now I have a fully sealed, you can see, zipper pocket on the inside for my bag. So there's that. Usually I don't seal these off, but this bag, I think I'm going to put it together the binding style. Once I start putting it together, I think I'm going to do the binding way. We're going to see right now how this is going to turn out. All right, while I'm at this machine, I need to put this right sides together like this. And I'm going to sew all the way around this curve, leaving this whole top open. And then we're going to flip it out. I'm going to find where my, actually, I should just find the center now and mark it and put the thing on there for the, what is it called that I'm talking about in my brain? Magnetic snap. It's going to land in that center right there. I'm going to put a magnetic snap in the center of this, landing right there on that black part right here. All right, that's going to be my center. I can see it with my pen. Let's grab a magnetic snap for that. Get my pizza turntable because it's like little pizza slices. I literally got this from garage sale stuff. That's not a magnetic snap. That's a magnetic snap. So I need a female piece, a male piece, and 2. Come on. All right, so there's 1. And then this is the female. If you guys didn't know, on magnetic snaps, the female is the one that's inverted. And the male one is the one that's outverted, like that. And then they obviously snap together. And then I need to get 2 washers. Just 2. Sometimes I grab more than 2 because they're really small. All right, put all that back in my thing. Oh, I didn't think of straps yet either. How do I want to do straps? Straps should come from the gusset side. We're going to do square ones. So I need 2 of these for my straps to go on. And I think I'm going to build the adjustable strap into the bag. So instead of using a lobster claw and having to hook it like these, instead of having to hook it with the lobster claws, I am going to use a slider. And then I'm going to hook it to these and then hook the other one to the opposite side of the bag and top stitch it. And that's permanent to the bag. Instead of having it removable, I'm going to have a non-removable because I think that will be a little easier because I still have to cut more vinyl for that anyway. I'm just going to put that down on the floor. We are going to poke a hole. Separate this and I'm going to put the male end on this. Oh, it has to be on the lining. So we got to sew the lining on first, Tiffy. See, this is no, yes, yes. Because this folds over and it's on the lining side. That's, see, I got to just work through this. That is the center, right? I don't know why I was trying to draw it on that. Center needs to be from the lining. Let's see how far up this is. About 1.5 inches. I think I can go down just a smidge. I'm going to go 1 3/4. Right there. Okay. I'm going to I need this right here. Put the washer on that center that I want that. Mark my 2 spots. Poke my holes using a seam ripper very carefully. Right there. Right there. I'm going to put, I didn't even think about this. Sorry, I always forget things when I'm making bags. I'm going to put a piece of interfacing on there real quick. On the wrong side. Repoke my holes real quick through that interfacing, and then I'm going to put interfacing on top of it when it's done. Just repoking the holes real quick. And I'm going to put the flap gets the female side. Putting those through the holes that I have slit. Oh my goodness. There we go. Put that on there now. Go through the hole. There we go. So on the back side, we're going to put the washer on there. And then I always put mine out. I've seen some bag makers put their pieces, the outside, the plugs is what they look like. I've seen them poke them in. I like to poke them out. I don't know why I do that. I just do that. And then I take another piece of interfacing just from the scraps, and then I place it on top there. Sometimes I use 2 pieces, which is what I'm going to do right now. Put 2 pieces on top of here, just like this. I have to go around it with the iron because the iron does not sit on the metal very well. All right, I'm going to go around just like this. All right, now we're going to put these 2 right sides together, and I'm going to sew all the way around here, this whole thing, but not the top. And I'm going to put it with the vinyl on the bottom because it should slide with that interfacing. And I'm only doing a 1/4 inch seam. 1/4 inch seam when I do this. Around the curve. And then something that I do here around these curves is I snip up to the stitching, but not the stitching. It cuts through the vinyl and, well, it's not cutting through 2 layers of vinyl. Very carefully. Okay, go to this side. Like I said, it's cutting, the little ones we're snipping through at least 1 layer of vinyl. There we go. We're gonna flip this out now. And I'm gonna use my fingers to push around that curve. Very nicely. And then I'm gonna take this over to the other machine and top stitch.
What interfacing are you using?
I'm just using Pellon 911. But I'm gonna put foam in the bag. The flap I'm not gonna put foam in, but the bag itself I will. All right, I'm gonna very, very carefully press this. And then we're gonna go to the other machine and top stitch it so that it stays down. I'm not touching the vinyl with my iron. I'm on just the fabric side only. I want that seam to stay nicely towards the inside. So I'm going to go over to the other machine now and hold it very carefully, stitch all the way around this whole thing. You can turn the camera, I guess, for the moment.
Yeah, you're gonna be up there.
For a moment, yeah. All right, I'm going to line this up 1/8 of an inch from the edge. I'm going to top stitch it. Around the curve, just going slow, making sure that it stays folded back. And yes, my magnet is sticking to the plate right here, but it'll come off of it in a minute. All right, so that's top stitched. I have a nice flap with a magnetic snap that's stuck in there. You can see my beautiful top stitch on the outside and on the inside. It's not perfect around the curves because I never said I can sew a straight line. So that part is ready. We need to find some, where's my other? All right.
What do you need? I can get it.
These right here. I need 2 of these, 3 of these. So I have to do the gusset too. So you can turn the
camera again.
Yep. Turn my camera again. Okay. All right, flap is done. The pockets are done. Now I just need to see if this is enough foam for these. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. All right, we're going to put some foam. I have scrap foam from another project, so I'm going to cut this about a 1/4 inch less than. Uh-huh. Let's see. Oh, that's perfect. Line that back up, cut the other side off. I don't want it in the seam. A bit more here. Okay. And now cut along this. Oh, look at that. Blindly cutting. And I cut it great. Just fix this little corner right here. There we go. And it won't be in the seam allowance. I also need to find the glue side, which is that side. No, it's this side. Yep. I'm going to place this on here. I just need the foam to stick to the interfacing that's already on there. And because I like to, I'm going to actually top stitch all this because it could look quilted.
It will look quilted.
Yeah, so I'll top stitch on the pink side now because I didn't do that before. So the foam is on there. I'm just using iron-on foam. This one right there. Corner off right there. And this one cut the straight top. All this is garbage. And yes, I'm just throwing everything on the floor for Scott to clean up. It's hard to tell what side is the glue side on this stuff. We're going to go over and top stitch it, and then we're also going to makeshift find out where the thing is going to go on the bag itself, the snap.
A little magnet.
Yeah, my magnet. So I'm going to take this over now. Scott's going to turn the camera again, and I'm going to top stitch these in the pink. I'm going to line it up about right there. There we go. There we go. Going through the foam. Line this up right there. I'm literally, oh, I ran out of bobbin. I hate when that happens because I'm literally right at that edge. I hate when that happens, but I pre-rolled a bunch of bobbins, at least 4. I can't see very well, so I have to pop that. No, they do not. My Jukis do not use the same bobbins. This machine has a totally different kind of bobbin. It's totally different from my long arm as well. All right, I'm going to go to where it ended. Drop that needle right there. There we go. It's a little tiny, almost looking boo-boo, but it looks fine. This is a really cool looking bag. It's all puffy like and stuff. I kind of love it. I kind of love it. I kind of love it. Like
You're not keeping it. You're not keeping it.
It's a one-of-a-kind bag because nobody's going to have another one like this. Like at all.
special bag.
Yeah. Look at that. It looks puffy and it feels so cool. I love it. Get rid of that extra thread there. Put this one out of the way and grab the next one and do the same thing.
Can Jukies use generic bobbins?
Can Jukies use generic bobbins? Yeah, if it's meant for that machine. This machine uses these big, huge things. They don't hold much of this nylon thread on it though, but I am using Tech 70. What is this? Nylon. Oh no, this is polyester. It is Tex 90. So it's a pretty thick thread. I have a ton of different threads for this machine.
When you go out and have one of your bags on you, does anyone ask where you got it?
I have had lots of questions, mainly at doctors' offices. They wonder where I got my bag, the nurses or the front desk people. And I tell them, I made it myself. Oh my God, do you make them for other people? How much do you charge? Yeah, that kind of thing. That's what I get. Yes, I get lots of compliments on my bags. This one feels like a padded room.
Good name for that bag, the padded room bag. It's striped.
Yep, striped padded room bag. That's this
bars. There's bars on it.
The crazy lady bag. All right, that's stitched, that's stitched, that's stitched. Now we need to put some foam on the gusset. I'm going to cut from the scraps and put foam on that. So you can either leave the camera there, Scotty, or
Well, what do you want me to do?
just leave it there.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, move it. I need to cut this. If my thing is 2.5 inches, I'm going to cut the foam at 2 inches. I'm going to have to cut a few strips though because I have no idea how. I didn't measure. I'm not a measurer. I just like to make things up and have fun. If you guys know how I am. 2 should be enough. 1 and 2. Yep, 2 should be plenty. All right. Ironing mat. I'm just going to put it, center it on here. That's the rough side. That's the soft side. So we're going to leave a little bit out for my top. I'm literally going to center this on here.
Top stitch the flap of the bag when you get there.
Yeah, I'm going to top stitch this too so that the gusset is fully. I'm going to do that before I do anything else. Put this on this side, glue side down, just like this, butting them right up to each other. Centering it. All right. Now I'm going to top stitch it. I know it's plenty. We're going to 100% make sure. Oh yeah, that's way plenty. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off for now. I'm going to have to trim it again probably, but I'm going to top stitch it. Just go over there. I'm literally making quite the mess today. Oh. All right, you can put the camera back on this side so we can stitch on this. I'm literally going to run a stitch. I want them to be equal on both sides. So we're going to put this down right here. Put it about, I don't know, that's like 1/2 inch. No, that's a little bit more. About right there. There we go. All right, so I'm going to top stitch this on here. I'm going to flip it over and top stitch the opposite side. That way my gusset never comes undone with my foam. Okay, now I'll do this one. Angle. There we go. Equal amount on both sides. All right. Now we're going to attach the two, and then we'll sew the lining on the other machine. And I still need to figure out what I'm going to do for my straps. So this is going to literally go around like this. And then when I cut it to the size it needs to be, I'll try to trim away some of this. But it really doesn't matter because I'm using an industrial machine anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and change that stitch width. I don't even know what that width is because of the fact that I am not measuring. I'm going to stitch one side on, and then I'm going to stitch the other side onto that. And I'm literally going to just angle this as I go. So we'll start making the curve. And my thread gets, why does it get caught on this? I don't get it. Caught again. All right, and this is how big it is. Right there. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with the foam. And then this gets turned this way, like this. Ooh, this could be such an awesome bag. And then we'll attach the other side. I also have to attach the flap onto it as well. But for now, I'm gonna get these onto here first. So just seeing, making sure everything looks good. That's about a really good width too. All right, let's put the other side on now. Literally gonna match at the ends. Probably should match the center, but you know what? It looks like it's exact, so I'm not even gonna bother. You see, I cut steps all the time. You know. If I was following someone else's pattern, I probably would do it the proper way, I guess. Oh, it did shift a little. That's okay. We're going to make it work because that's what I do best. Okay, I need to straighten that top piece real quickly. Literally, I slightly screwed up, okay? Because I didn't, center it. I'm just going to literally do this right here. Cut that. And there.
A little bit.
And now it's straight. Look at that. See, if you mess up like me, you could always fix your projects. Let me just turn it around so you guys could see what we got so far. I still got to put some side, for my strap pieces on.
The interior end.
And I have my front little piece that comes down. I straightened out that back a little bit. Just need to fix right there. Cut it right here at the machine. Push it all out nicely. It's a curved bag, obviously. There we go. So there's so far the outside. We're going to find out where that strap is going to land real quick by placing it on here. Right sides together. Line those two outside end pieces. We're also going to be putting the things on there as well. I forgot what I'm calling it again. The side thingamabobbers. I can't think of it. Sorry, my brain is not computing at the moment. I'm going to stitch this on right here. And it goes from side to side. Cut away all these excess threads. I'm going to find out where this is going to land. Ooh, look at that. That's going to be so cute. Right here. About. So let's take it over and get that lined up. You can turn the camera again. Oh, I gotta top stitch this real quick.
Never mind on that bone.
No, I'm not gonna top stitch it till I get that other piece on. Never mind. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna lay it flat, pushing it down, putting this on there. We still want our little side things to be able to stick out for our hooks. I want to line up my vinyl, the black and the pink. Now I'm going to find out where this is. Literally lay this. I'm using my brains here because I won't be able to get that flat. Get off of there. And we're going to place that in the spot it needs to be, and I'm literally going to cut from this. Right? Perfect. It's literally going right here. I'm not going to move or adjust. I'm just going to make my holes. All right. Put this in here. This in here. Push that down. Go ahead and put this right here. And we're going to carefully put that on top of that real quick with the iron. Okay. My flap. Oh, look at that. That's going to be perfect. There's where my flap lands. Oh, look at that. It lined up just right. Yay. All right. Flap is on. That stays like this. Right here. Now we're going to make our two little side things. I have vinyl right here that I'm just going to use that has the interfacing already on it. And I'm going to create two pieces that are, that should be good right there. So we're going to cut this side. 3 inches, 2 3-inch pieces. And then I'm going to go over to the other machine and I'm going to sew them in like this onto each other, like that. And then this will go in like this on the inside, and we'll sew that onto itself. So let's go over to the other machine. Yep, I'll be here for just a minute. Yes. All right. Hold that to the center. Hold that to the center. Going to top stitch it. On the sides. And get it over here just nicely. I'm meeting those 2 ends. I'm doing a around back to itself right there. And top stitch that side. And then what I'm going to do, snip all that extra thread and put it inside here. Just like this. And now I'm going to put a top stitch in it. It's kind of wrinkled because I didn't do less than 2.5 inches. I just did 1 inch, but that's okay. I'm literally top stitch across that so that it stays. And I ran out of bobbin again. Oh, what? No, it just tangled up in here. See what happened? It tangled up in there. So that is useless. I don't know how that happened, by the way, guys. I gotta try to stitch exactly where I stitched previously. All right, let's try to do that exact spot again. Because it leaves holes in the vinyl. And I'll burn the ends with my lighter. Because I do have a missing lighter. It used to be right here. Where'd it go?
Do you want me to go get your lighter?
No, it's fine. I'll burn all threads with a lighter later, I guess. Because can't do it right now. So that's sealed. It's going to stay like that. And then we're going to wrap the other side when we do the strap to that. I'm going to do the same thing on this piece and put both pieces in the center. I know it seems weird what I'm doing, but because you've probably never done it this way, but I'm doing it this way so they don't have a bunch of bulk. I don't want a very bulky tab. And the bobbin did that thing again. It totally unwound itself all the way. Look at that. How is it doing that? This is a waste of thread. It's because I'm going slow and not fast. Guys, I'm not used to an industrial, so I don't know all its little quirks.
Some about me is like Generous Sparky's World with all the cute little chickies and puppies and bunnies.
Oh, if you guys want to go to, what is it called again? I forgot.
Right on here.
May's channel. She needs to, she's not a moderator, so it's spinning in there. I can hear it. So she can't put a link into her channel.
I know, but I told her to tell us about it.
All right. This got screwed up, my friends. I got to do it again with another piece because my bobbin. I'm going to have to take that bobbin out real quick and run a tester. I have no idea what's happening. It's definitely unwound.
Did you have the needle all the way up when you're threading? Rethread?
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's the bobbins didn't wind properly.
Ah.
Looks good to me. Let's try that again.
Second chance.
Second time's a charm. All right. Oh, right there. And it did it again. It's tangled in there. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. My lovely machine has decided it does not want to work properly. Threaded properly. Don't need that long of a tail. Wasting lots of thread. Stitching nice. That's good, that's good. Where's my little thingy? There it is. Buried amongst my big pile of disaster here. All right, put this in here now. Again, it's bigger than it needs to be. I would make it where it lands at an inch. So cut a 2-inch piece, but I just used the 2.5 that I already had right there. And again, I'll burn all this later on these ends. Right there, thank you. All right, let me attach these to the bag where I want them. So we're gonna put one on each side of the gusset. I'm gonna put them face down because when I put my lining in, everything's gonna flip face up. How far up do I want it to stick? Go a little bit less. I'm gonna cut these both down just a 1/4 inch off. Ta-da. Make this one that one size. Exactly. Just like this. Remember, I'm making things up as I go. There we go. All right, centering in between my stitches on my gusset, because remember those stitches were exactly the same amount apart. So I'm going to center it on there, and I'm going to just push everything out of the way and stitch this on here real quick. Okay, one side's on. And now let's put the other side on. Centering it on there. And making sure that I don't hit the metal by stitching from the top. Get rid of all these lovely threads. And now on the other machine, I will sew the bag together. And then we'll put them inside of each other. And then I'll have a top stitch on this machine. I'm just going to leave this over here. Oh, that's going to be so cute.
It is cute. It's awesome.
Okay, I'm going back to this machine for a moment. So you can turn the camera or not. I'm going to be here for a minute because I got to put the gusset on.
Gotta get that gusset going.
Alrighty. Put this on here. Make a straight cut right here first. Start this end. And stitch this on. With a seam guide, or else I'm going to get messed up. Going around the curve very slowly like. And I'll snip it so that it lays better. Cutting it to size, literally. The only way I know how. Just like that. All right. And I'm going to clip around these edges real quick. Use the little scissors though. That way it's just a little bit better. Sits inside the bag, if that makes any sense. All right. Now we're going to put this on here. Right sides together with this. I should find the center. Make it a little bit easier and put a little snip here in the center so that I could do it right, since I didn't measure anything, you know. I don't measure, you guys know that. And then we're going to find the center of this. And I'm going to put a snip on that. That way everything is perfect. Even though I didn't on the actual. All right, now I can line up those two little center snips. I'll put a clip in it just because I can. Where's my bag of clips? Maybe it'll stay nicer this way if I just clip it on here. And that lines right up, so I really don't need to like put a ton of pins there on that side. And this side should line up too. Technically, this is how you're supposed to do it, by the way. You find the center of everything. I've always just eyeballed things, so I mean, it works for me, whatever works for you. If I have to trim something and make it less, sit differently, then I will, right up here. I shouldn't have to put any pins right there. I'm just gonna start stitching. And I will snip around that. Just snipping up to the stitches, but not the stitches, just around the curve section. I actually didn't do it in the bag itself, and I probably should. Inside the bag part, the outer part of the bag. All right. Good, that's good. So here's my lining, and it's ready. And I think I can go over here now and grab this and snip around these real quick on the bag too. I'm gonna snip around the curves real quick of this. Can you pass me the purple ones on the end? Or even the orange ones? Probably the purple ones. I'm just snipping around the curve. To loosen that fabric up. Or not fabric, but vinyl. Up to the stitching, but not the stitching. Because you can't top stitch in this curve. Well, you can. I've actually done it on one bag, but it was very hard on the industrial because it was like getting stuck. All right, let's pop this back this way. Move that out of the way. Move those out of the way. I need that for my strap, which I have yet to make, but I will eventually. All right. That way. All right, I'm going to put the bag right sides together. Pocket goes on the back inside of this. I know that seems so weird. We're going to slide this in, and I'm also going to take my flap and slide that in there. I'm going to make sure my tabs are in there as well on both sides. And then I'm going to match up my gusset right here. And I'm going to clip that. And I'm going to clip all the way around this whole entire thing. So I'm just going to match up the gussets on both sides. Here, just like this. And it should be exactly the same size because I cut all the parts from the part, if that makes any sense. So I made sure everything was from the original. So they're right sides together. So you'll see wrong side out of all this stuff. And then everything's the right size. It's fitting nicely. I really don't need to clip around here, but I'm going to because I'm going to go over to the other machine and stitch this. So I'm just going to put clips around the whole thing so that it stays. Even on my little curve right here for the front of my bag. And then we'll go over there and stitch this and then turn it out. And then the only thing I have left to do is make a strap. Which I think I'm going to make from the lining because I really don't want to, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead now and stitch this, I'm gonna make sure that my seam guide is here because we're gonna put that on and we're gonna measure.
Don't forget to open the pocket.
Yep. We're gonna see how far from the needle. Oh, I forgot. I have to lift this. I'm gonna go right there. Okay. So I'm gonna leave an opening on this back side. No, I'm gonna leave the opening on the front. It's a lot thinner. I'm gonna leave an opening right here on this front side then to flip the bag out. It's gonna be pretty big of an opening. I just wanna make sure that I stitch the rest of it. All right, so I'm gonna, I guess, turn this and start right here at the curve. And I'm gonna back stitch. Coming up to this. I'm gonna stitch all the way around to the other curved side.
Where are you turning it through?
I'm gonna turn it through the front. Oops, the needle didn't stay down and all that shoved out of my way. Okay, I'm gonna come around here and I'm gonna leave a pretty big opening because this is vinyl and it's pretty puffy. I'm gonna stop right about here. All right. We'll allow that over there because we're gonna be top stitching too. I'm gonna turn the whole bag out now through this hole right here that I left on the front. All right, so let's push that out. Yep. Oh my goodness, come on.
Want me to help you with turning it?
No, I'm gonna pull it all through the hole. I just, come on. I need to get it turned on itself. There we go. Now you see why I left such a big hole.
He's getting a workout.
Yep, I'm getting a workout here. All right, push the bag in. Ta-da. Flatten that out. Push the lining inside. And all this is going to get top stitched down. And then I have to flip this under and this under to top stitch as well. And I'm going to use clips. So I'm going to go sit at the other machine and clip this whole top piece. I'm going to fold it down and clip it shut all the way around. I'm going to push this level right here. So I'm going to go to the other machine and do that with all the clips. So I'm going to be here for a minute because I'm not ironing because it's vinyl. So it makes it hard when it's vinyl to do this. So I'm literally going to push my lining. Everything fits nicely. This lining is in there nicely. Just need to fold all this in. And then we'll top stitch it back over at the other machine.
Strap ought to be like black. I don't know about using the carrier as a strap.
I can do the pink strap pink. So I'm literally going to fold this under and fold this under and meet them up exactly center and put lots of clips. Fold this under, lots of clips. Clip it. Fold it under, fold that. Lots of clips. Probably didn't even have to leave an opening that big, but I did anyway, so. Under, clip it. Move all this other junk out of my way.
Need water?
No, I have water. Clip, fold, clip. And when it comes to being around the top part, I think I'm just going to fold that down. Man, I don't know how, but I do have stitching showing from the front. Clip. Like I said, that's not perfect. I'm not perfect, so my bag is not perfect. Oh yeah, I'm just going to fold that down. I'll actually try not to touch the iron. Fold that, get it to stay. Getting it to stay. There we go. Because I can't clip right there. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take this over to the other machine, and I'm going to start with yanking and top stitching around this part first. Get it to stay. Let's make sure that, yep, that's going to close like it's supposed to. All right, over to the other one again. I probably should have these machines back to back when I do stuff like this, I swear.
Yeah, you're going a lot of back and forth for you.
All right. For now, I'm going to start with the opening because I want that sealed first. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. Hold this back and start my stitching right here. I'm also going to move that out of the way because I'm just top stitching with 1/8 of an inch from the edge stitch. So I'm going to line this up under here, right there. Start my stitching. I'm going to go all the way around this. Very slowly, like. Oh. Clips are flying across the room now.
You just want to throw something at your husband. Come on, Tiffy.
I smiled. All right, I'm going to go right across this right here, keeping that thing. And now I'm going to pull my flap out and push that seam down in and then top stitch as I go very carefully, like, because I want it pushed down in. So I'm going to keep that seam flat down as I go. Right here along the top. It's a little hard to do, but I'm going to do it. This is definitely not for someone with arthritic fingers, which I have, and this hurts. Almost to the starting point, which I'm going to snip away the threads real quick. Like I said, I'll burn the rest of them later. And then right up to where I started. Snip and snip. All right. Should all be down. Should all fit in the bag. And the flap should come right over it. Just like this. There is a bag that needs a strap, and I don't know why. This is why I wish I could top stitch this bottom part on the gusset without it being a mess, is because it doesn't stick out like you think it would. If it had a top stitch, it would probably land a lot better. I guess once the bag is being used, it shouldn't do this. But at first, it does not ever stay pushed out. But there you can see it has a zipper pocket inside of it that's fully functional. Then it has a slip pocket on the front side. Now we just need some straps real quick. We're going to use pink. So let me go over there and make a pink strap.
Come back this way.
Yeah, coming back this way. I need to.
Then you could even do a double-sided strap.
I could, because it'll slide better, honestly, with a double-sided strap. Let me go clean up my clips real quick.
I can do all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the double-sided strap. I just thought about it right now. As long as
I'll
it.
do all that.
Okay. Well, because I need these to hold the strap if I do two-sided strap. I'm just gonna put this right here. Move everything out of my way. And I'm gonna cut off I need it to fit through here, so I need it to be 1 inch. So I need 1.5 inch. And then I'm gonna do 1.5 inch off the other one too. And then we'll fold it over and do two-sided. Where is right here in front of my face, and this will work too. I'm gonna do a 1.5 inch strip. Huh?
You want your big ruler? It's gotta be over there. I don't see it.
Oh, it's behind. Yeah, that's right here. I'm just using this. 1.5 all the way down. Because I wanted to finish at 1 inch to fit through the slide adjuster. All right, I'll grab this that I threw on the floor and take off an 1.5 inches of this. And then I'm going to make a strap different than I usually make straps, my friends. It's going to be a little, you're going to be like, what are you doing, Tiffany? Straighten this up. And then cut 1.5. If we want it to finish at 1. And that should be the same distance now. Go in the garbage. What I'm going to do is right sides together with these. I'm going to sew down one side on my regular sewing machine, down one side, and then I'm going to flip it, and then I'm going to fold in with the iron until it's 1 inch, and then I'll come back and put it on the thing. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. It might seem weird at first, but I'm over here. Can they see me sewing right here? I'm going to use a 1/4 inch seam, and I'm also going to fold under the 1/4 inch seam. I'm not using any interfacing for this. I usually do put interfacing in a strap. So I'm going to carefully pull this over, and then I'm going to center this. But what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to center this. But before I do that, I'm going to go over to the iron, and I'm going to press this, at least the cloth part, over 1/4 inch. And then when I take it to the other machine, this is where I'm going to do a bunch of clips. And then I'm going to top stitch both sides. You'll see. It'll be very weird to you guys.
So you're going to do pink on one side and the other color?
Yeah.
Or is it pink and black?
No. because I want it to slide through the slider. This vinyl doesn't slide through these very well,
Okay.
like
Okay.
at all.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, last time I made a strap with all vinyl, it did not slide. It was a disaster.
I see.
So I'm going to do half vinyl, half not vinyl.
I'll throw it in the trash. Just set it in the trash. I'll take care of it.
All right. I'm going to go to the iron and press this back a quarter of an inch. Actually, I don't need to go to the iron. I'm just going to bring the iron to me right here. I know this is very odd, but I'm going to do it right here. So I'm going to press this back a quarter of an inch.
Do you want a smaller iron?
Nope, I'm just going to use this one. All the way down. Literally, this is going to take me a minute. And if anything, if I get if I go up to like Hobby Lobby or whatever, I can get some strapping and just make a strap out of strapping and cut this one off because I'm permanently sewing this to the bag, but it can be cut off and replaced if I wanted to. I'm not touching the vinyl with my iron, just the cloth side. Quarter inch back all the way down. I know it's weird.
It's getting meticulous.
Yeah. And I'm just guessing a quarter inch. So once you sew a quarter inch enough, you get used to it, I guess. How much a quarter inch is. I'm going to use a lot of clips for this. And then we're going to top stitch it. I do have to fold my ends in too, but this is what we're going to do. I'm literally going to fold this back in my fingers. It's going to take a minute to do this. I'm going to clip this on the one side, so that way it's center. Showing you how this is done. I'm also going to fold this in on top of itself, this, and then I'm going to fold this in. This side on first, just like this. Turn it around. Fold this in a quarter inch and match this fold that I made up to it. This. I know this is weird, but I'm going to clip it here, right there, and then just knead this up the rest of the way the opposite direction, like this. And I could fold it over at the machine as I sew if I wanted to, you know, meeting them both up like this. I know this is a weird way to make a strap and it probably takes too long, but because we want a 1-inch strap, so I got to go through this extra work.
Could you use the inside and bottom seam on one side as the opening for turning?
On this? Oh, you mean on the bag with the gusset? Yeah, you can do that. You can make a bottom seam and leave that open to turn the bag, or you can turn it from the top. Make sure that this is center at the same time. This down, lining that up. Scott's gonna put the bag right here so you guys can see it while I'm fidgeting with this. It's probably excessive overkill with all the clips, but This is probably not even the way. I think they do some kind of turning. I've never actually watched how these two colored ones. This is the only way I would know how to make it. So that's why that's just what I'm doing. And like I said, I use a whole heck of a lot of clips for this. I could spread them out probably as I go down. They don't have to be a certain amount apart. This is probably the longest part of this whole entire thing. The bag went together pretty quick.
Yeah, making the strap always takes a while.
The strap always takes the longest. Well, this way it does. Any other way it doesn't. It's not as fast. I just cut a 4-inch strip, usually fold it in half and fold the halves into the center. You know, that kind of thing. But this one, only because it was suggested to do 2. Oh, you know what? I just realized I should have left that open because I can't have open ends. It has to have hooks on it. I just realized that right now because once this end is hooked to this, yeah, there's no way to start it on the slide adjuster. I will have to figure that one out.
It always confuses me when you put it on a slide.
I have a lot more strap to go. I think I'm halfway now. But if you don't mind putting all the clips in it and sitting here and doing this, you know, you get a 2-sided strap out of it. But this vinyl does not slide. Once it's through a slide hook, it does not slide very well. Especially how thick it becomes if you do it the regular 4-inch way, fold the centers into each other. It does not slide good whatsoever. So I have no other way around it when I use vinyl, unless I just make a strap out of black regular fabric, you know, like I normally would. Oh, I guess I'm a lot farther down than I thought. I'm not putting as many on the opposite side. All right, getting close. And this is the longest I've spent on a strap in a while. Almost the end. Look at that. Oh, then we'll go to the other machine and stitch down both sides. Fold in this end real quick. That onto itself. Put that here. Clip on it. Hold that end. few more clips. I can stitch it. Right there. Fold this end. Right there. Ta-da! All right, I'm going to take this over to the machine now. I'm going to stitch the one side sealed shut first, and then
You make scrunchies with an industrial machine?
not this kind of industrial. This industrial is actually made for vinyl, leather, and that kind of stuff. This one is a walking foot industrial machine. It's not recommended to sew any kind of regular fabric with it. All right, here we go. I'm going to seal this, and then here we go. Very carefully, like I'm going to do this. This strap looks like caca.
Well, we can make a different one.
I couldn't make a different strap. Because this looks like poo. So far, and I haven't even gotten that far. Alright, so I'm going to come to this end. Right, one more stitch. Right there. Pivot. Go down this side. Come on. Right there, pivot. And now, force it out and go down this side. Yeah, this isn't a very pretty strap, my friends. I think I'm just going to make an all black one. For now, I'm just going to give you guys the general idea. I'm also not used to sewing on this machine, so it's way off for my not so very straight line. Okay, here's my two-sided strap. All right, turn the camera, and I can regular face everything now. Face me like normal.
What?
I said I could face like
I'll play all
normal.
that up, son.
All right, and the rest of them will go
You just finished your strap.
there. We're gonna pretend right now with the strap, though. We're going to do a pretending because I'm not going to hook this to the bag. Because this, oop, you hit the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, you made it wobble back and forth. So, oops, I would hook it like this on that. I'm just going to put some clips. Then it would run to this. And it would run under this. Oh, see, yeah. Push this out like this. Keeping it straight. And then this go under. And then back around. Like this. And then this will get stitched down. All right, there's my pretend that it's, you know, connected strap. So you would, you'd start your strap, you run it through the slide adjuster like the last and final stage, bring the next round up and under here, and then hook it together. So here is an adjustable strap like this. So it could be crossbody or whatever, and you don't actually have to add lobster clamps on it. You can do it without. Yep, done with the iron. So there it is. I don't like the fact this is not poking out down here. I really should have just ran it through the machine like I did that last time I did one of these and put a top stitch to hold this flat right here. I should have just did that after adding the gusset because it doesn't look right to me. But I think it's adorable with the whole striped. I mean, the vision I had in my head was a nice striped, you know. I mean, the strap is not horrible, honestly. It's doable. I might as well just attach it. I don't know. We'll see. But I like it. So there's my bag. The back didn't line up as good as the front right here. The black should have landed in between exactly, but I mean, who else has a pink and black striped puff style bag, you know?
Hey, you can leave it pink. Some
Yeah.
fans are liking it.
Yeah. So if I was to stitch this down, I would just top stitch this right here and then top stitch this right here on this one. And then there's my adjustable strap that's permanently attached to the bag. I like it. I think it's cute. I think it's puffy, and I'm going to call it crazy because it's like a padded room. Yeah, it's the padded room bag. It feels so cool, you guys. I wish you were here to fill this. It literally feels awesome with that.
It does.
Yeah, I probably should have lined this up better on the top section right here, but that's okay. It came out. It is a usable bag, and that was the goal of today's video. All right, let me just go back right here. Just back like that. Now I have a giant mess to clean up in here, but I will just put it on my shoulder, not stitched. Like, ooh, yeah, look at that. That looks great.
It does look good.
This is a very nice looking bag here. Oh yes, open it up, grab out what I need, unzip my pocket, and get my secret stash cash that's in there, you know, because I'm hiding it from my husband, so I got to put it in there. Yeah, look at that. I like it. Fashionable. All right. I went overtime, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went over today. But hey, at least the bag section part got done under 2 hours. Everything else took longer. But as you can see, when you make up stuff like this and you just get creative, it's really fun. I enjoy myself doing this. The only thing I wish I would have done was that top stitch around the gusset. I probably should have just forced it under the machine to do it because it would be sitting a lot better if I did. But I'm not going to fix that. I'm not going to change it, and I'm not going to try to stitch it after the fact. I'm just going to send this bag off to a new home as it is. So, and I think I'm just going to keep the strap too, because honestly, it's just fine.
The fans are liking it.
Yeah.
I don't know what all of them
You
think,
can
but a
see
couple of them commented
that
they
because
like
I
it.
stitch is such a thin layer, like I said, that machine is meant for going through the thick layers of vinyl. Because this was one vinyl layer mixed with one fabric layer, you can see that the stitching brought up the cloth fabric through it right here. So in between the stitching is the little white pieces from this fabric brought through to the other side. So it like snagged it because again, I should have just sewed it on this machine because it's meant for smaller stuff. Other than that, it looks good. I like it, whatever. So hope you guys had fun just creating a make it up as you go with me and got yourself some general ideas for those that love to make bags anyway, all on your own as well. Give it a try. Have fun. You can create curves. You can do whatever you want. It's totally up to you. You can put flaps on it. You could have a zipper that ran across this instead. I mean, the sky's the limit when you're making up your own bags and having fun creating. So thank you guys all for hanging out. And I think is this Thursday the 2nd?
Yeah.
Thursday of the month.
Yes.
I think this Thursday I will be on. I am sorry about open gates, guys. Usually I have an open gate video for you to watch by now, but it hasn't came yet. And I don't know if any of you, if you want to answer real quickly before we get off of here, if you subscribe to Open Gates, did you get your box yet? Because I haven't got mine, so that's why there's no video, and normally there would have been. So I will be on Thursday though for sure, and I'll try to work on some kind of something to film for you guys to watch between, because I don't have anything. I was hoping my open gate box would be here. Did anyone say yes?
Not yet. They were talking about it earlier, though. Some people haven't gotten theirs, and some just got them yesterday.
Oh, okay. So maybe tomorrow it'll come. If it does, then I can film it tomorrow. It's pretty late for the, it's already the 11th today. So yeah.
Would your QPTL 2010Q be able to sew this?
Oh yeah, the TL 2010Q can sew this, and if you're very careful and you have a Teflon foot on any of your other home, not the Brother SQ9285 or any of those cheapy Walmart machines that you can buy, like the little Singers and Genomes, those little cheap $200 machines. I don't suggest vinyl on those. I really don't. I've heard some of you had success, but honestly, if you want a nice, precise stitch, I would stay away from that and have the, like a bigger machine like this. But you can sew it on your home domestic machine if you have a featherweight. I'm pretty sure you can sew it on a featherweight. If you have whatever, if you have a regular industrial machine, not the walking foot style like I have, you can sew one of these on that too. Just make sure you take your time with the stitching because it's not a walking foot, so my walking foot is an even feed. Without that, you need to attach a walking foot, but they don't sell them for those. So you just have to slow your roll on sewing straps and so on, so you don't get shifting. But yeah, you can sew these on any machine. I just don't recommend. My little brother machine did not like vinyl. So far, I've tried it once, and it did not at all whatsoever like sewing through vinyl. So it struggles. Oh, okay. Well, I haven't talked to Monique, so I didn't know. All right. Well, thank you for that, because now I'll expect it sometime this week, hopefully. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to see you sometime this week. So bye, everybody.